Now, we will start with a very exciting announcement. It is a project which compiles very significant work. That is the History and Memory Research Fund. Back in the year 2010, it was initiated with the support of Ahmet Öktem. It was focused mostly on history focus, but later on it was expanded in scope to also memory and other areas. And the aim here is to have a look at what different stances were, who refused to obey, who acted with a humanitarian intention, who owned up to their neighbors, and what did they remember, etc. So this was how the fund was initiated. And then in time we have enlarged it in scope so that it would also look at conscience, responsibility, and justice. So this turned into a fund that made a call on work within dimension scope. So Mr. Alper Öktem, who made this possible so far, I'd like to first of all give the mic to him, and we will then announce the outcome of applications.
Teşekkür ederim. Ben çok kısa birkaç şey söylemek istiyorum.
I'd like to say a few things. Yesterday, when Mr. Hovhannisyan was speaking, he said he came here once 20 years ago. So I wanted to sing because I have my songs. You know, I like to sing. So I thought of Yaşar Kemal. He has this poem that says Merhaba, which is hello. So I couldn't sing yesterday, but I want to give you a few lines. He's not here with us today, but we all need hope, particularly these days. A rose has opened up at the other end of the globe, welcoming the wind blowing. So I have it on my laptop already, but let me not read you all of it. You're all social scientists. I had some social work back in the day, which looked at my own hometown. I learned about the word cinema later on because we went to the Kisle, which came from the word kilise, the church. I tried to restore it. Anyway, they did it and turned it into the dinosaur museum. Yes, seriously, the dinosaurs museum, Paleolithic era or whatever you call it, the age. It's called a monastery. The neighborhood kept changing its name, but if the stones had a tongue and they could speak, I called it the district of the monasteries back then. Or in Burdur, they say for Burdur is called Urum, actually. So sometimes truth is concealed, but truth speaks for itself. Maşaktepe. This is the Christian cemetery, and right now this is the martyrdom today. So I believe that this work will continue, and that every year this will be sustained. And as part of this general discussion, I am hoping that this will continue, and I wish you all the very best in your efforts. Thank you.
Çok çok teşekkür ediyoruz sevgili Alper.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alper Öktem, for imagining this project and for your support throughout the years. Since 2010, we have been seeing really significant research work. In 2010 to 15, these were the people who received support. Some are here with us. Burçin Gerçek already made a presentation yesterday. And we continue to learn something from all of their work. In 2016, we had a jury made up of people from around the world. I'd like to thank all the members of the jury. We looked at 11 applications, which were all very inspiring, all very exciting. We wish we could support each and every one of them. I'm not sure if there are any applicants here with us. All of them were very promising, very exciting for us in terms of the future of the work in this field. We think this is a very promising work, so may you all be successful in your efforts. And we are going to support 2 research this year. 2 have been selected. The first one is by Hazal Halavut. She's here, so I'd like to invite her. Would you like to say something? First of all, thank you so much. At this time of the year when we're going through turbulent times in Turkey and the universities, etc., this is very promising. So I'd like to thank Dr. Alper Öktem and also Hrant Dink Foundation. As the title suggests, I will be looking at the catastrophe of Turkish literature and looking at the symptoms and the traces of the perpetrator, because it's a huge area of denial at the same time, both as a discipline and the literature itself. So I hope that in the near future I'll be able to share the outcomes of the thesis with you. Thank you. Here's a pomegranate for you. May it be an auspicious study and much success in your efforts.
Sizin burada bir ağacı var. Bunlardan değil ama önümüzdeki yıllarda oradan.
Well, there is a pomegranate tree in the foundation. They're not from that tree, but hopefully in the future. Now, the second project which will be supported is about a very significant cooperation. Bengi Güldoğan and Diana Kaçuyan-Şans have developed this. Cüngüşü Badum. Bengi Güldoğan is here and Diana is watching from the camera, so we would like to wish them much success. Bengi, would you like to explain a little bit about your project? Hi, my name is Bengi. Diana is watching us. There are a few things I'd like to say. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about this project. My family is from Cüngüş. My grandfather's grandfather is one of the perpetrators of the genocide, and Diana's family has been the victim. So his grandfather was sent right before the genocide to America in 1913. Diana's grandfather was sent to America. So how I encountered the past, I've had found objects of my family. Like a title deed of a land which used to have a Armenian church in the past, or a piece of clothing which was on the altar. And Diana had manuscripts, a 600-page book. So we brought the objects together and went to trail our unfortunately not communalized history. I'd like to thank this fund for Mr. Öktem, and I'd like to tell you about how we met with Diana. Now, actually, this started in Camp Ermen. I met Ayşegül Altınay, and she introduced me to Diana. This initiative is something very meaningful, but it's very sad at the same time, because actually in the focus of this research there is a monastery. It is a rundown monastery in Cüngüş. There's a man who has stopped the treasure hunting going on in this monastery with his wife and children. His name is Recai Altay. Cüngüş, he was the co-chair, and unfortunately we lost him last week at the explosion which took place in Diyarbakır. He was something very important for us, but we lost him. Then I'll tell you about his wife. Recai Bey's wife is Ayşegül, and her mother, was the last Armenian living in the region. So I got a little excited, and we lost her too recently. Thank you. May you be successful in your endeavors. By the way, that region has great pomegranates. Yes, I forgot to say, Ayşegül Altınay also has a past regarding the region. So this is how we met. So this pomegranate plays an important role for us. When I was eating these pomegranates, I thought of the Armenian memory of Çınguş, and I didn't know anything. I was a child on the mountains of Çınguş, and thanks to Recai Altay with Diana and with Bengi, I am going back to my childhood and tracing back into my childhood with the work they're going to do. So it means something personal to me as well. Alper Bey, would you like to say something? When it comes to Çınguş, not many people have heard about this, but still. Yes, we found out that Alper Bey has distant relatives to Bengi's family, so there is a kinship between them. So, based on Çınguş, you'll be undertaking your project, and I'm sure we'll learn a lot. The wife is still alive. Safiye, grandmother, has passed away, but she is still alive, so may she have a long life. The fact that Recai Altay died is very saddening for all of us. But the Armenian memory he has been keeping will be kept by many other people right now, and you will continue this great work with by building your own memory. So thank you very much, and may it be abundant. May your path be abundant.